Alright, let's look at the draft boys. What does Clutch Gaming draft tab? What does Cloud9 draft tab? I'm trying to identify win conditions. Wait, they first picked All-Star? They first picked All-Star? I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know about that one, Chief. You gave Cloud9 Israel, and you first picked All-Star. Sneaky has played 4 games of Israel. This would make him play 5 games of Israel. So you gave him Israel, and you first picked All-Star. Do you have ways to get onto the Israel? Not really. They picked Shen here, but they could have also drafted Kench. Alright. So if you look at Clutch's draft, what are their strong points? I would say Lee Sin and Lysandra fight for mid 2v2, but it's versus a Galio, where Galio just stonewalls their strong part of the draft. Urgot and Sion are pretty even, but Urgot gets the edge, so they can win through this. And Sivir, when she gets 4 items, is strong. But they invested their first pick into All-Star. Why? Why do you invest your first pick into All-Star? On the other hand, C9 have a very, very easy win condition. Nocturne ults, Shen ult Nocturne, Galio ult Nocturne, or same thing for Sion. Sion ults and Shen and Galio ult. So C9 has a wombo combo teamfight team with Israel. C9 has a very, very easy draft to play. And Clutch has a very hard draft to play, I feel like. And also if Sivir's the only damage dealer, she's going to get doped very easily. I'm not sure about this one. Something that's going to be super key for All-Star this game is All-Star needs to make sure he never combos, but he separates his spell. He headbutts one person, and then he ground slams multiple people. So he never wants to combo unless he's hitting multiple people, and he wants to separate his spells. Alright, let's start. But overall, I like C9's draft so much better. Urgot should get a slight laning edge on Sion. From how I've seen this matchup play out, most places, Urgot gets the edge on Sion. I will say for this game though, Huni on average is down, I think, 600 gold at 15 minutes. And Licorice is one of the best players in the league right now, so it wouldn't surprise me if C9 was down this game, or if Urgot goes down this game, but on average, Urgot should beat Sion by very little. Oof, this gank though, let's see how it went down. They should know Lee Sin started bot side. Oh my god, this is such a bad path. This is so bad. So they know Lee started red, and then they don't see Lee here or here, right? So Lee either went to double golems, or he's doing full pathing. But most likely Lee is going here, double golem scuttle, and then other scuttle, and then his blue side. That's usually pathing. This is such a bad engage from Zazel. Zazel should know Lee should be on the bot side of the map. Most common Lee pathing is red into scuttle or red double golems into scuttle. Ugh. Really bad timing for Zazel to go in there. That was such an obvious pathing, and they have double wars too. And then Lee's gonna get scuttle, and then he's gonna go to the other side of the map, or he's gonna vertical jungle. Okay, looks like he's going on the other side. Oh, that was so obvious. Zazel, why? Svenskeren able to get the blue buff because they took a long time. Able to get scuttle and blue, so that's really nice for Sven, and he goes down, and he's gonna have his 3 camps up. What the fuck? Oh my god, Huni. Damn, Huni's laning has actually been so garbage. How? This is pre-level 6. Jesus Christ, dude. How the fuck do you get solo killed as Urgot? Yo, so Clutch is like supposed to be the analytic team, right? Analytically, Huni's early game has been so fucking shit. If it was like this in summer and they still picked him up, then I'm not sure if they're actually the analytics team. Now, that's just what the fuck though. Sion should never die. They went for a high variance team this year. High variance, I see. High variance just means low floor. Like, who cares about potential? Let me teach you guys one thing about potential. Potential matters very, very little. It doesn't matter how much potential you have, because more often than not, no one really meets their potential. No one really gets to their potential. And even the best players and the greatest coaches and the greatest teams aren't the teams that hit their potential. It's the teams with really good execution, really good basics that are hitting nowhere near their potential. Think of all the most potentially good teams, or someone in your life that has a lot of potential. It's not the potential people that do well. It's the hardworking people. It's the people with strong basics. The same thing applies in video games. Consistency more so than potential. I 100% agree on that. Potential. But let's talk about this play. So Cloud9, remember what we talked about? Zoning people on chokes, something that Echo Fox didn't do. But look at what FlyQuest or C9 is doing. Sneaky zoning this choke, Niski zoning this choke. You zone out the chokes to make sure they can't come in. This is just good basic part of League of Legends. This is how you can tell the teams that are coached well and teams that aren't coached well. Good teams that are coached well will know how to set up dragons and how to zone out on the chokes. Zoning out on the chokes. You can see Niski zoning on the chokes there, making it hard for people to come in. Sneaky backing up when there's two people, but still doing a good job of zoning the chokes. Ooh, Lyra came in for the flash. Didn't get it. Alistar canceled out Galio, which is really good. But now Piglet's on the other side of the map. So there's two people in here. But Piglet's here. So there's two people in, but one person here. And also, where the fuck is Lyra? Oh, Lyra should be in here too. So there should be three people here and Piglet's on the other side. This is really bad. They're split 3 and 1. They're split 3 here, 1 here, while C9 has all 4 in here. Yeah, this is, I don't know about this one, Chief. They were able to kill the Nocturne, but Sion coming down with this choo-choo train. Lissandra able to flash out because she went in with her E, but Alistar stuck in there. So all in all, C9 got a dragon and 2 kills, and CG got 1 kill only. But they were able to, Huni's able to push up and keep farming topside. C9 just has way better basics than Clutch that. If C9 makes a play on the side lane, it's really hard for Clutch to react. Because of both Nocturne and Galio having global ults, if C9 ever makes a play on a side lane, it's incredibly hard for Clutch to do anything. It's going to turn into, it's going to look like a 2v2, but it's going to turn into a 2v4 or a 4v4 extremely quickly. They have to be super fucking careful when making plays on side lanes. Like here, when Nocturne and Galio are both hovering, right? Even though Galio doesn't have his ult, he has his teleport up. It's really, really hard for Clutch to do anything. Okay, they got Prio. They're going to be able to get a plating. Ooh, 1 more plating and then backing off. Damn, that's 320 gold right there. 320 gold just from that double plating. So much gold differential. Yeah, Piglet's at 4k gold. Sneaky's at 5.4. if the game progresses like this, it's really hard for Clutch to win. So some people might think Clutch has a win condition and Sivir, but it's really hard for Sivir to do damage versus this kind of comp. There's not of other, like, the junk. If you look at Clutch's comp, right, later on, is Lee Sin a threat? Is Lissandra a threat? Is Urgot a threat? The only threat is Sivir. Literally the only threat is Sivir. They have so much setup champions in their other strong roles, so it's really hard. Dude, remember what we talked about, like zoning? Look how good C9 is about zoning. Zone, 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 zone. They have their range champions. I'm saying Galio in quotation mark as a range champion because he has a lot of range tools. But C9 is so good about zoning people off when they start dragon. They pull the dragon back and they're able to zone properly. This should be something that's super simple that every team does, but not every team does this. I really like watching C9 play because they're a team that's coached well. Loco, that's basics. Come on. You say that, right? When we were watching the Echo Fox game, they didn't do this. They didn't do this zoning basic. Echo Fox just bunched up as a group. You say that's basics, but people don't do it. If it's basic, then everyone should be doing it. Maybe it is a basic part of the game, but not everyone does it. That's the problem. The game's gonna open like this. They're gonna get bottom turret, and then so bottom turret will be 1, Herald will be number 2, and the mid turret will be number 3. It's gonna go 1, 2, 3. That's how C9's gonna open up this game. This is the thing about watching good and well-coached teams. You can tell what they're gonna do next, because they'll play in like a very logical pattern. After Svenskeren gets red, he's gonna come back down, and they're gonna try that bottom play again. Who never wins team fights and skirmishes? Oh, he means TSM. I'll explain when I get to TSM. Holy fuck, we're reviewing C9 CG. We'll talk about TSM when we get to reviewing TSM. Yep. Clutch coming down here for this dragon. Licorice is just bullying the hell out of Huni. Oh my god. Alright, I'll show you guys what happened. But there's only one thing you guys really need to focus on this game. Watch what happens to Piglet. I'm gonna slow it down for you guys. And we're gonna watch what happens to Piglet. That's the only person you really need to care about. Nocturne and Shin ulting on top of Piglet. Nocturne on top of Piglet. They ult Galio. Nocturne still on top of Piglet. Nocturne on top of Piglet. Shin flashes and kills Piglet. They kill Piglet. And Sneaky dies. But look at rest of the comp and try to figure out who has the damage to actually do something. So they kill Sneaky. But after they kill Sneaky, who on Clutch's comp has the damage or survivability or even enough resource to do anything? All they have to do is do this, like just kill Piglet over and over again. Alistar did his best to try to peel it, but Svenskeren did a really good job of spell shielding to make sure he can get on top of the target. Bot turret, dragon. Oh, this game's just going so smoothly for C9. For Clutch to have a chance, I think C9 has to make a mistake. If C9 doesn't make a mistake, I think it's really hard for Clutch to have a chance. C9 draft was just so much better. Oh. This fight is over before it even started. 4-0. 4-0. 5-0. How the fuck does this happen? 5-0 fight. What are you doing, Clutch? So they're on top of turret trying to dive Zazo. And rest up C9 comes in and that's fight over. Wait, what the fuck? How did that even start? Okay, they're trying to dive sneaky. Remember when I said the problem with making a side lane play, all the teleports and all the globals? They're trying to make the play on sneaky, but C9 collapses. Damn, this shit isn't gonna work. Way too much global tools from C9. This draft is ripperoni. Ugh. Damn, this game's actually super decisive. Clutch has 0 shot. Okay, yeah, they're trying to dive on sneaky. No one has enough damage to kill sneaky. The only person with real damage are Piglet and Demonte, and they weren't even top of sneaky. Damn, this game's over. Yep, remember what I said, Piglet the only real threat on that team. Sneaky's too much of a man. That's the second game in a row where Niski falls behind lane phase 20 CS in the Galio Lissandra matchup. Is that normal? If nothing's happening on the map, it's not normal, but Niski moved around a lot for Dragon and bottom place, so Niski being down CS is completely fine because they were trying to make plays and Niski had to move around a lot for that. If nothing happened in the game and Niski just stayed mid, then that's not good, but in this game, it makes perfect sense why he was down CS. Do I think Piglet is washed up? Really hard to tell in these games because there's not much Piglet can do due to draft and due to how the rest of the team is playing. Even if Piglet was the best player in the world, even if Piglet was washed up, this game would have very similar results. The draft and how the rest of the team played had way more to do with what's happening than Piglet being good or bad. Look, they just died Piglet with the Galio Shenhold combined. I don't even want to replay this. It's just so incredibly hard for him to do anything. Nice tail end. Yeah, that's gonna be a yikes from me, dog. This game's actually so over. It's so hard because Clutch's damage is so low, especially without Piglet. It's really hard for them to win anything. Piglet's coming in, he hasn't gotten a single auto in yet. The fight's already over. If TL ran this comp versus C9, would the result be the same? It would be pretty similar. This comp's just extremely hard to play compared to C9's comp, which is very, very brain dead and easy to play. Oh, they might win this fight. They actually, so like in this fight, you can see they had We should slow down this fight. So Nocturne goes on Piglet. Shen ult comes out a little late. And Nocturne gets knocked up. Shen's the only person on top of him. And they're trying to focus Huni. I kind of want to see what Sneaky did there. Yeah, Sneaky's on Huni. Where Sneaky should be looking at this backline. Getting CC'd. So that was kind of bad of Huni. Sneaky should be killing Piglet here. Sneaky target focus on Huni was really bad. Because Sneaky is a super mobile champion that can get into the backline easily, and he also has flash there, and Piglet used Zhonya. He should have been way more focused on killing Piglet. Instead, they were way too preoccupied with Urgot. I think if Sneaky had better target selection there, they'd destroy that team fight. Yeah, they're just focused on going on the Urgot, where I feel like they should have ignored the Urgot completely, especially for Sneaky. Yeah, definitely should be in the backline. Because there's so much threats on top of Piglet, so Sneaky has... C9 comp is so brain dead and easy to play, C9 proceeds to fuck up. Yeah, they proceeded to fuck up by focusing the 3-5 Urgot with Stone Plate. That should never happen. It's target selection, it's just like, before the fight starts, C9 says, let's go kill Sivir, and they go kill Sivir. That easy, but they didn't do that. It should have been that easy. Let's go kill Sivir, and everyone goes kill Sivir. The only chance is to protect Piglet, but if Israel played that fight properly, they wouldn't have any chance at all. Oh, this one I want to talk about. Look at how Piglet used his flash. I think if he flashed better, this might have been fine. So they're trying to go on Piglet. They're trying to go on Piglet. They're trying to go on Piglet. He flashed before the Nocturnal landed. You can see Nocturne's going to follow through him here. If he flashed after Nocturnal landed, then there are 3 people caught here. And Piglet can wrap around and do damage against the wall. Lyra can kick like this. But Piglet flashing a little bit too early actually fucked him pretty hard. Yeah, he flashed early, so they are able to get on top of him. And he's isolated and he's going to die. If he flashed that a little bit better, that fight would have been over. Why isn't anyone commentating on the Alistar? What could have Alistar done? What did Alistar do here? And he can't really do much there. Before he stands behind and Huni's far back. I don't want to go back and replay it, but I think the biggest mistake there was Piglet flash. If Piglet flashed better, that fight would have been so much easier. Just shitty flash from Piggy. Yeah, oh man, just getting this flash right means they get stuck on the other side of the wall. Licorice would still come in with his ult, or with his Q, flash Q, but I think Alistar could have canceled that maybe. Ugh, all the fights are just going to be the same now. It's the same thing over and over again. C9 comp too easy and too good. Just C9 overall as a team are very smart and good about doing things together. Alrighty. Let's check. Am I correct about C9 and Clutch? 1-3-1 and better map movement than the opponent. That's their win condition. Definitely has had better map movement than the opponent. Weakness. Bottom side of the map in the early game has been inconsistent. Bottom side of the map actually got first blood at this game. Pretty good. Key champion, Israel. Pretty good. Looks like my read on C9 has been really good. Alright, let's see what I said about Clutch. Good decision making and standout performances from key players during mid and late game. That's their win condition. That would have been something like Piglet being able to flash correctly, but he didn't do that. Weakness. Weak top side of the map early. Definitely was a problem this game. And key champion, Israel, which they gave away. I think I read both teams really well. If Clutch first picked Israel, I think the game would have looked really different for them. But they decided not to first pick Israel, and they gave Israel to C9 when both teams have Israel as their key champion. Like, even with a little bit of research, I feel like teams should be getting such good reads on the enemies, but I feel like Clutch had a really bad read on Cloud9. Instead, they ended up not first picking Israel.